Into the Void Anime.
Joey Raw.
Ash.
Back with another not so anime topic video. We're doing a little movie review today for something that we've been pretty excited for.
Yes.
Jordan Peele's new scary movie, Nope. Yeah, you know what?
We're fresh out of the theater right now.
We are. We're pretty hyped on it. We didn't even plan on doing this video. Honestly, we were just like,
we loved it so much that like
yeah, we're just
after
hyped
the
on it.
movie, we're like, we got to do something.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? It's not anime, but this is our channel, and we can post literally whatever we want. And we're gonna be watching some non-anime stuff in a month, in about a month, which should be, you'll probably see something about it on the channel here soon. Anyways, so, and you know what? This is just a fun video.
This is our channel, not yours.
Yeah, it's literally like, yeah, you know, we're still going to have the regular videos, but just some extra content here and there.
Yes.
Especially because, like, I feel like we're some pretty big horror heads that we don't really talk about outside of anime or anything.
Yeah.
Especially, like, over the last few years, I feel like we've just been trying to catch up on every good horror thing to watch. We've been, like, really going for it. But yeah, so all the other Jordan Peele movies have been fantastic so far.
Yeah.
Get Out, Us have both been just great. Another great addition to the catalog. How you feeling directly after it? Let's give like a non-spoilery for the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then people can click off. Just general.
Yeah.
We already said we would make a video because we loved it so much. So you could already guess how we feel.
Well, I feel like the whole movie, because previous to watching the movie, before we went and saw the movie, I was watching interviews with Jordan Peele, and I guess during an interview after, was it Us or Get Out, that he said that he's going to be putting Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all going to correlate back to Get Out.
Yeah, or like it kind of be in the same universe. He said for sure there was one between Us, I think, and the new one, which I didn't see at all.
And so, like, I feel like the whole movie I was just trying to find, like, very small things that, like, I was just constantly taking mental notes of things that, you know, maybe with a rewatch of the other movies, maybe I can find the Easter eggs myself without having to go on Reddit and seeing if someone else has yet.
Yeah. Usually I would scour Reddit right after a movie. That's like my MO is I go to Reddit right after just to see everybody's interpretations. But I didn't do that this time either, and I didn't catch anything right off the bat. I was kind of like keeping an eye out for some scissors, maybe, you know, from Us, some just like general Easter egg things, but I didn't see anything off the top.
But, I mean, there were tiny things that I kept mental notes of, like towards the beginning. It's not very spoilery. He's washing his face, and there's a fly on the wall.
Okay.
And you like it's a notable fly flying around, and then it lands on the wall next to the mirror. And I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I was like, that's probably not it. Whatever. And then Keke Palmer is wearing this yellow bandana, and I'm like, that's it. That's it.
What was the yellow bandana from?
I don't know.
Oh. It just
well,
seems
I mean, like, she
out.
didn't need it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
So, I was just like...
Yeah, just trying to grasp at anything.
I was, grasping at straws.
Well, yeah, you know, if you... I think everybody should go out and check it out, though. Like, especially if you're into horror movies of any type. This is... It's basically, I would say, like... the first half horror, the second half more sci-fi. Almost like, still horror, but like definitely it takes a sci-fi turn.
It depends on what you fear.
That's true.
It was definitely a horror movie for me, just because I don't really get, I mean, obviously I get scared at scary movies, but like, the only thing that truly keeps me up at night is... Ancient Aliens, man.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, if someone's, you know, if there's, like, a Michael Myers, you know, chasing you with a knife, like, you know, I mean, you know how to take down a human, you know, headshot.
Or attempt to,
Yeah, at this point, attempt to. But it's just like, if they are human, you know how to
Yeah.
target their
Yeah.
weak points.
So when it's
But
something
when it's
different,
like,
yeah. No, I agree. I agree for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Let's just hop into some. We recommend it. Go watch it.
Yes.
It's. I would say Jordan Peele's like maybe most cinematic type, kind of like big scale movie
Yeah.
up until now. Just some really crazy
yeah.
visual effects and stuff. So go watch it. But
Yeah, because
spoils now. Get Out.
Get Out was
I'm not referencing the
Get
movie,
Out.
but Get Out.
First of all,
for spoilers.
spoilers. Starting
Now.
after this. So Get Out was the majority of the time in a house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Us was majority of the time in a house.
Couple houses, yeah.
Yeah, couple houses.
Couple houses, but yeah.
But this was on like a bigger
Scale
bigger
still
scale.
takes a set, of course, like
Yeah.
a thing, but like you're not just in the house. You are like huge fields. Yeah, where do we even start with this, man? Where do we even start?
The movie starts out, right? Where are we?
We're
on the ranch.
We're on
with
the
it,
ranch, yeah.
with Pops, with Dad.
Yeah. Well, the movie starts out with just the freaking alien guts, I guess.
Oh,
Which you don't
wait.
even know what it is,
Alien
right?
guts.
Yeah, well, it's his insides, whatever's going on in him.
Oh
You know? Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
His
it was
digestion.
playing. It was playing the movie that their great
Yeah.
great grandpa was
Was a part of. Yeah.
was the first.
The first African American horse background. What was the first like horse footage or like
Yeah.
stock footage or film footage? That's what it was. Especially of like the horse running and stuff, and nobody ever talked about the horse rider. So it was their great grandpa.
Yep.
And that's where it starts off. Which I had no
Yeah.
idea what we were staring at, and it's pretty nasty once you know it, I guess.
I was trying to figure out, because it was slowly zooming in. I was trying to figure out what it was,
Yeah.
and I thought it was something that was, the camera was maybe pointed up at like a vent.
Yeah, it looked like
Or
that.
something,
Yeah,
and then I was like, "That's not it," because like the thing around the screen was like textured in a way that I was like, "That's not a ceiling."
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we jump into the chimp.
So Steven Yeun's character, Ricky, I believe what it was, even though they didn't call him by his name very often. We see like this flash of him being a child star, and then this crazy, traumatic, and really the first instance of like these animals really losing their shit, either by seeing a reflection or, I'm going with the reflection because I think
you think it was a reflection?
I do think so.
Because when he later on in the movie, when he attacks the dad from the show, the actor.
Yeah.
He's already he's on the next set in the kitchen. The chimp isn't even in there, but the balloon still pops.
Yeah.
While the chimpanzee is looking pounding his arms.
Yeah. I guess I'm more so saying it triggered it right away. You know, the first initial thing triggered it, and then he didn't need to look at it anymore, but it was the reflection. The first reflection. But what ended up saving our boy, Ricky... Was a fist bump, but also he was so focused on the shoe, right, which is like our other thing. He was so focused on the shoe and the biggest thing of this story was like, don't stare them in the eyes. So, I mean, if we ever have some fucking aliens come get us, I'm not staring them in the eyes. But the whole thing was like, don't stare them in the eyes, kind of cower down. So yeah, but the shoe just, really.
Submit.
But the shoe ended up just saving his life, which is kind of weird because he's like so focused, which either is like I guess a coping mechanism because he's a kid or something like that, but you're focusing on the shoe and not even like the bodies around you, or the bloodied ape. Like his focus is on the shoe, which is, why is it standing up like that in the first place? But
that was, I'm trying to find a way to correlate everything together with that scene in particular, because that I feel like is what started everything in this storyline, because we had the shoe standing up, and how did it have anything to do with the chimpanzee? Like, the balloon popped, right?
Yeah.
And like I feel like humans would react to that kind of thing. But what made the balloon pop in the first place?
Yeah, like all them popping in the first place was kind of weird, and I mean it added to the tension of the scene, of course, but it was weird that they were just like popping off, going off.
And if you think, if the shoe is standing up, right,
Yeah,
that means that there's probably something around.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
That's true. Yeah,
What if it's overhead? But then you think, oh, all the lights, the applause light was
yeah. That's
flashing.
true.
All the lights were on.
That's very true. So I don't think it
So-
was the same. It could have been another kind of entity that we're left to kind of wonder about, or just a freak accident. But that's true.
I think that there's, and I was saying it after the movie, that I think that there is something that's we're supposed to read between the lines with Stephen Yun's character, because later on in the movie we get introduced to him, and he has this like secret room
Yeah, with all the
memorabilia, and he has the shoe, and so like it kind of makes me feel like maybe what I'm supposed to take away from it is maybe Stephen Yun is the correlating thing between them having this, like, I guess, traffic, this high trafficked area of, like,
whatever they are, the creatures,
extraterrestrials.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
But why him in the first place?
Yeah, it's very open ended, which is cool because we do get to make our
Everything
own
is
things.
open. Everything is open ended. Like I can't
Yeah.
tie anything together.
Because I could see it also being like, oh, see, I'm thinking deep here, just because it's Jordan Peele, and like I felt like, quick side note was that I felt like this one was the least like on the nose with a lot of human topics, or just like usually we have a lot of social commentary going on, and I did feel like this was a little more straightforward. But it did seem like, he was, I don't know if it was just some like, I don't know, how can I pick it apart? I had an idea earlier and I was like, you're almost like looking at how people always look at certain things and ignore the violence around them or something like that, or like how crazy the world is because they're just focused on the wrong thing. And I almost feel like, what if he did that for us to like we're like thinking about, damn, why is that shoe standing up? But we're not even thinking about the people that died in that fucking chimp accident. I mean, but that could be like stretching hard because, like I said, I do feel like it's more of a simple, straightforward movie this time around. So it could just be me wanting to dive into
that deep.
Yeah, or
that you can't.
Yeah, or there's
two
things he wanted people to think about it. You
or
kind of
come
to
your
your
own.
own. Yeah, he does. He probably does. He wants you to come to your own conclusions about it because you took it one way and I took it another way. So that's the great thing about it. Either way, he was weird though because like he was kind of Stephen Yun's character was like remembered it kind of. He was like kind of happy about it.
He was romanticizing.
Yeah, and he was like he kept everything. There was a slight scene before the alien comes and takes him along with everybody.
Yeah.
Where he was kind of thinking about it, maybe didn't look as happy as usual.
Yeah.
But at first he was romanticizing it, so it was kind of weird. He was a weird character. I want to go back and kind of look at him next time more.
My I guess, hot take?
Yeah.
I think that because he had this, I don't want to say like relationship, but this like past encounter with this life form.
Yeah.
I think that I mean, kind of going on what I was saying before about he's the correlation between, that gruesome, terrible thing happening when he was a kid to now he's the only thing that's the same, right? So I think that, honestly, he's been feeding this thing because when OJ, his dad passed away, he had started selling the horses to Ricky, Stephen Yun's character. But when OJ gets there, there's no horses
Yeah.
anywhere. And so my thought is that Ricky has been maybe testing
Yeah.
to see if it'll come, if this life form will come to this bait, which is a horse,
Yeah.
just so he can capitalize on it
Yeah.
to bring people to his ranch.
Which I definitely think, I mean, maybe even in a sick way, he was always like trying to get, I don't know. It sounds weird, but maybe he was always trying to get like another crazy experience since the like chimp thing.
Yeah.
You know, he was chasing that like, because I like you said, he was romanticizing it. It was super weird. He had obviously known the horses were going and disappearing, so like for
Yeah.
a while at least, he was feeding this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really interesting. I can't wait. This is a movie I definitely want to go back and watch. Like,
Yeah.
for sure.
I want to
yeah.
immediately rewatch it, and that's like kind of big for me because
Yeah.
I hate scary movies. Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
used to.
Yeah, you just have a lot of anxiety with them. You love watching them.
Yeah.
Like we watch them all the time, but you know the consequences afterwards. You're gonna be kind of like anxious for 3 to 5 days.
Yeah. Yeah. And like this is like this is like one of those things that I will go off. I will spiral.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will read everything that I can on the internet about. I mean, like it's confirmed. It's confirmed that it's real.
That we've had some UFOs.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's confirmed real,
Yeah.
and it's like we got told this at the worst time,
Yeah.
where everyone is just so distracted with this huge other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those things have a correlation.
Oh
I'm
no,
just
we're
saying.
gonna go.
I'm
We're
just
gonna go
saying.
down the rabbit hole.
I'm just saying. No, but I'm gonna spiral for a couple
Yeah.
days. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
just be on my computer and just.
No, me too. I definitely want to, because I feel like even though I do think it's more of a straightforward story, there was definitely some things he's throwing in there. Like I thought the reflection things were really interesting, and kind of just like I don't know, because like I don't know what it is though. You know, I'm trying to break it apart, and it's almost like
What with
there was-
the mirrors?
the mirrors and like any reflection of the animals are just like it sets them off, and it's like why is that? You know, why was that the main kind of thing here? Is it because like I don't know. Is he trying to speak to us? You know, you look in the mirror and you're just like, what am I? You know, what am I doing here? I'm caged up by these people. These people are using me, you know? And like they kept saying throughout the whole thing is like sometimes you can't tame these animals.
Yeah.
You know, like is it a deeper thing where it's like it's supposed to be to us? Because we never had like, they never really looked in the mirror. We never had a scene where they did besides the shiny helmet guy. And that didn't really do anything. But
At the beginning, where that fly scene that I was talking about.
oh, that's true.
He looked
That's
in
true.
the mirror.
That's true. Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing anything of significance unless I missed something.
Yeah, yeah. I do feel like there's something there though, because it felt very like the animals freaking out with the reflections had
Yes.
really nothing to do with the alien thing going on, as far as I could tell. So I'm curious of like what he's trying to tell us with that.
I was watching this interview that he did like 2 days ago, and the interviewer asked him what is the significance of animals, because there's always animals in your movies. Like Get Out, there was what was
Get Out? Get Out was the deer. The deer, they kept hitting
Yes.
they hit the deer.
the deer.
Us was the rabbits.
Yes.
And this one is basically horses. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he had answered this question and said, like, he said basically animals are like the innocent ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I interpreted that as like they can't really.
It wasn't
Oh,
like,
God,
it's not their
it's-
fault when they freak out, because that's just their like primal instinct.
Yeah.
You can't, and like that's true. You shouldn't try to tame like a chimp, you know, an ape. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. It should be out, at a zoo or in the wild.
Yeah.
So they are innocent, even though he got fucking shot in the head, obviously.
Dude,
But
oh my god, I knew that was coming. And then
it's-
when he went in for the fist bump, I was like, oh, is he gonna grab it? And then I totally forgot about him getting, taken out.
yeah.
I thought they were maybe gonna tranquilize him or something,
No.
but no,
Shoot
man.
to kill that one.
Yeah, I guess that was, the more realistic call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Which is almost like, because his idea, or even their idea, well, I feel like it was Stephen Yun's idea, was to try just to feed him and have it as a show. Basically domesticating the alien.
Yeah.
That was his plan. So I think like the whole movie is showing us that maybe we should chill out on some of the domesticating animals. You're taking advantage of it. The exploitation,
yeah,
I think
you were
I was
talking about
saying.
exploitation
Yeah.
earlier.
Because sometimes you just can't, man. Wild ass animals, and this alien for sure, you couldn't tame that. I never
think-
really do this.
I think
so
it
this is
would be
actually
really fun to have the comment section be like Reddit, like
Yeah.
everyone's just going back and forth and bouncing
Yeah.
off each other and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. So post your
Post your
thoughts
comments,
in
yeah.
the comments.
Hopefully
post your thoughts and
comment.
Did I say
Thoughts and comments.
post your thoughts in the comments?
Stephen Yun's character is definitely interesting, but now we can talk about our main trio, actually, because we did have a third join us reluctantly. OJ,
M?
M,
Emerald?
and Angel.
Yeah.
Angel, yeah. Dude, I love them so much. That was actually like a great cast. I feel
Yeah.
like they all were like really good.
I
in it.
liked that they had. I liked. I love Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
Anything she's in, I like. I love her so much. I like the kind of like, what is that movie? The drummer, and he goes deaf.
Oh yeah, the sound of metal.
The Sound
Yeah.
of Metal. He looked just like him.
He did. That's what I was thinking
The first
of,
thing
yeah.
I thought of when I saw him was watches The Sound
Yeah.
of Metal once.
He did, yeah.
Like, I like the dynamic of OJ and his sister M. Because she's just like, they're total opposites. She's loud and like energy.
Yeah.
And he is low energy. Very quiet.
He's
very
like-
shy.
It's almost like they made him like a Western character, which is kind of like
Yeah.
it's a thematic thing here, you know, you got the horse, all that stuff. So it's almost like he is like one of those badass, like old cowboys that doesn't say anything,
Yeah.
doesn't look you in the eyes, which is good for this movie. And, yeah, and M was great too. She
Yeah.
was hilarious. So
Not a man of many words, but I think he should elaborate more on the exploitation that you were talking about earlier.
it's all just thoughts going through my head, you know what I mean? When it's so like
Yeah.
this, but I mean, I feel like it was, but as I was saying it, I was almost like, dang, but it's more so like telling people just not to get like, you can't tame some things. I don't know, because like I said, when Stephen Yun's
Ricky?
character, when Ricky was trying to like make a profit off of it, that's when bad shit happened. When they were trying to make a profit off the chimp, bad shit happened. So it's almost like, just don't take advantage of the people. And it's like, I feel like it goes back to the first thing with the cowboy not being recognized on the horse. I don't know. There's like a connection there that I'm trying to make still, but it's very loose. But I know it's kind of there.
It almost seems like when Ricky and his wife are in the office and they're getting ready to go, when he's having that like flashback and he's
Yeah.
thinking about it, and you could tell that it's not a very good experience. Like, it's not a good. It's traumatic for him.
Yeah.
Do you think that because he had, in the past, romanticized it to M and OJ, do you think that he knew or was afraid what was actually going to happen when he finally did this? Because he said it was his first...
Yeah,
thing
no,
that
it's his
he was-
first go at
Yeah.
summoning it on
Yeah.
call, like on demand.
Oh, I thought it was also just hanging out, too. Like,
Yeah,
it was already there.
it was ready. Yeah, it was ready. How about the twist, though? I guess the big reveal that it's not multiple aliens. It's not like
It's not a
it's
ship.
not a yeah. It's not
It's
a
not a
ship.
ship. It was never a ship.
I think
It's
that
its
was
body.
yeah. I think that was like one of the
Oh!
cooler things.
And it
'cause-
turned into the most beautiful, flowy, like...
Oh man, it was so cool.
Oh, that was like... Can you imagine
That was like when
if you saw that in real life?
you know when animals, you know when you're fighting and you're trying to make like intimidation and you get like big. I forget like you got like the puffer fish. You have like other ones that like you know, and they were
There's
actually
like
fighting
lizards
back.
that like do
Yeah.
the fan
So I
thing.
feel like he like bulked up because he was like, "Damn, these fools are actually trying to like." Because, yeah, they're trying to take me on. So he was like, I'm going to intimidate these fools.
Yeah.
But it got crazy. And seeing the first batch of people sucked up and, like, going through its guts. And,
Oh
like,
my God.
It was
That
so
was wild.
cool. Yeah.
I like
I loved
wondered because at that point you think it's a ship.
Yeah, like, when they get sucked up there, you don't even know. Like, my brain was still processing it. I was like, oh, they got a weird inside of the ship, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's before you really know
It's
it's
like where
something.
do they all hang out? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly. And then,
Where
yeah.
they probe people.
And then no, it's just some intestines and some things floating around in there, some digestion. But it can't digest quarters, keys, anything
Metal?
else. Metal, the strings. Basically, it digested humans only and kind of got rid of the waste.
When
It was crazy.
rained the blood on the house.
Yeah, some of like I said, some of the best like visuals from all of
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's movies. I think this was probably the most like. This is a good summer movie. You know, it's not winter, it's not like fall for scary movies, but this is like a good summer like blockbuster, I would say. I think he succeeded. It was like, you know, what kind of reminded me of Jaws, but in the sky.
I was gonna say Lake Placid.
Yes, yeah, like any kind of
Predator.
Any kind of predator, but they're usually in the sea, and this one was in the sky though.
See,
so it
but
was
you
pretty
know
cool.
how to deal with those.
Yeah, this was cool. That's why I like it. It's like a
You go for
good-
the head. Where the fuck's the head on this
Yeah.
bitch?
This thing was
What
crazy.
do you aim for? And what was up with the at the end? You know, that thing that shot out that went like an umbrella, and then it shot out again and went the green.
Just the like. I don't know. It looked trippy, but it looked sick. It looked good. It looked cool.
I like.
There was a-
I am so. Oh, I have so many questions.
Yeah, I feel like that was. I don't know. It just looked cool as fuck. So maybe they were just like, just throw that in because it looks sick.
I was just thinking when M called the director,
Yeah.
he said, that's a you're wishing to climb to the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
and that's a dream I can never wake from or something. He said something to her, and then he actually, like, when he was out there, he actually climbed a mountain.
Yeah. He ended up being fucking weird too.
I want to know
What was his point? Like, what was
why
his
there
thing?
was emphasis on him taking pills. Why did we stop what we were doing
Yeah, for him to take a bunch
and
of
like
pills.
look at him, and he was just like, honestly, the thought had crossed my mind that he was an actual alien.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And then I was thinking, well, when he got sucked up, it started shooting out this like smoke or gas or something. But I think it was just like the dirt being brought up. But I was thinking, were those pills like poison, and he was like meaning to poison this creature,
Oh.
and that's why he wanted to feed it in the first place? But then I was like, no, this fool just seems kind of crazy. But
Yeah,
like, why would you?
I don't know.
Like, I just don't understand what his
Purpose in it was very weird, I feel like.
I feel like there was a purpose to it, though. I feel like it was intentional.
Yeah.
He was intentionally out there.
Yeah, that was definitely the weirdest one that I can't pick apart what he was doing. Because, yeah, he ended up dying, and we didn't even get the footage because he, like, died with the... He, like, went up with the camera and stuff, too, so... I don't even... Yeah, I really didn't get his purpose of it.
But I saw him going through video of animals being eaten by other animals.
I remember that part, too, yeah.
And so I was kind of thinking maybe that's why he wanted to feed it. And why he thought it was an animal. or a creature itself.
He said we're not even worthy to see this stuff, though. Like, he was like, we're not even, what did he say before he died, too? Before he went up there, he's like, yeah, I think he said, like, we're not worthy to see this or some shit like that. So, I don't know. He was a weird character.
I love when M and OJ are like, see, I told you he was going to bring a fucking non-electric camera. Oh,
And
my
they do
God.
the slaps. Yeah. Yeah, their relationship was good, man.
And his demeanor still didn't change.
No.
But he was just as, like...
With OJ, yeah, OJ.
With M.
It was a smart plan from M to unleash the big shooting cowboy, and basically just have all that kind of air explode inside of him, which seemed to do the job there at the end. Which it looked pretty cool when it was all deflated too, and it seemed like everybody made it out because Angel was close, man. Angel was close.
Oh my God! Thank God for that barbed wire fence.
I thought that was gonna take it out. I was like, oh, it's gonna eat him, but it's also gonna get fucking like cut. I think it was kind of probably a mixture of all theirs because it probably did start getting fucked up from the barbed wire, maybe fucked up from the pills that guy took, and then the final like blast. It was going through some shit. It was eating some bad shit for it for sure. It was not supposed to be eating that.
When you had said that animals, puff up,
yeah,
and that's what this creature did was puff up. Basically, I didn't see it as like I'm being threatened, let me puff myself up. I saw it as weakened back to its normal form.
Oh, okay. Like it was holding that together.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Could be.
There's just a lot. There's a lot with Jordan Peele movies that I just like.
Yeah, and like I said, I think this is a tamer one. Like, had we watched it for like, had we done a review for like Get Out, we'd have to like go through a ton of social commentary and stuff. Yeah. but at least this one was a fun one to like break apart. Just
it's very
movie
cryptic.
Wise, yeah. Not so much just like actual human problem issues.
Well, maybe.
But maybe, yeah. But maybe on a second watch we could really get through it. Exploitation is still, I'm banking on something being there. They're like also just not training something to make just complete exploitation. But I can't even say that fully because they got the picture at the end to get like Oprah money. So I don't know. Shot. Yeah, like I don't know what they. Maybe it's for like because everybody. I don't know. Maybe it's the big guys, like taking advantage of the small guys. It kind of has to do with the writer not getting the recognition for the first thing. So maybe the little guy finally got the shot.
Hey, but. You know what? Excuse me. You know what? So it spits out coins.
Yeah.
Keys.
Yeah.
It's going to spit out that camera.
It will, yeah, eventually.
It's going to spit out that.
They're definitely, yeah. And I think the little guy did have, Angel, I think he did have his camera still on him, too.
The little guy?
The little guy. He was tiny. But he's probably actually taller than me, so I can't even say it. But, yeah, I think he still had his camera.
Okay, so there was two cameras.
Yeah.
So there was one, like, stationary one.
Yeah,
and then the crazy filmmaker dude.
And he did take out the footage, too. So we might have that footage, but that's kind of, like, past the story anyways. They got the good shot. They got the money shot at the end. The music was great. There's always good music in Jordan Peele stuff. And I like the very slowed down, creepy version of
Oh, My Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, Sweet Dreams, yes.
By Arithmetics?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. At first I was
that
like, ooh.
Was so creepy.
I want to hear the, cause like, and we had the, I Got 5 on it remix type scary thing, and I was like, oh, I want to hear the remix for this song, but he just slowed it down and made it creepy. So I was like, that's still good though. Can you rank it right now in terms of Jordan Peele movies?
Oh my God, I don't think I could.
It's crazy. It's a different. I feel like it's a little bit different.
It is different for him.
But
it's still so good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Get Out was so good.
Get Out was so good.
Us was so good. This is so good. I don't know. I think Get Out might still have to be my favorite just because it was his first one out, and I thought it was just so. It was like different for a horror movie. It was just different.
It pivoted a lot.
Yeah.
With because Jordan Peele is now people are stoked.
Yeah. It's an event. It's an event when he does it.
Because you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And you know there's going to be deep thought behind it.
Yes.
It's not just a movie that he's making about, that just to scare you. Like, there's thought behind it, and I love that.
Which is, and that's why we like, who's the other? Aster? Ari Aster,
Ari Aster is great, too.
Eggers. That's why, like, I feel like they're not so new now, because they have a few films under their belt.
Yeah, they've made names for themselves.
But yeah, like, those movies are so good. I mean, because I feel like the other two, Eggers and Ari Aster, are a little more, like, artsy. They're definitely a little more, like, big, long shots. Yeah. Where Jordan Peele, like, makes it very accessible to people, but there's, like, some deep shit to take away.
Yeah. But it makes people who normally wouldn't think that deep on movies, it makes people think about that kind of thing.
And I think it's cool. I think he has a good job of making it, like, very popularized, but still, like, I don't know, keeping that weird,
cryptic,
creepy,
but digestible for like people who don't normally overanalyze movies. We're gonna be hanging out in the comment section, waiting for your thoughts.
Yes.
So we could elaborate and bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
So
for
comment,
sure. Join us,
and we'll be hanging out.
Catch us for some House of Dragons reactions, because if you're still listening by this point, you're a real one, and we're going to be watching that in August. But that is it. Thank you guys for joining us on some not so Into the Void anime videos or uploads. Yeah, thank you guys for the support. Either way, expect some different stuff here and there out of the channel. We want to spice it up and not just
change it up a little bit.
We don't need to keep it at the same old, but we'll always have the same old stuff for you guys, because that'll never stop being uploaded. So, but that's it. Go watch the movie. Tell us
what you think.
Thanks for dropping by, though. Give us a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell. And please go comment some of these theories down below. Into the Void Anime. Joey Bra. Peace.